Nearly 10 million Australians now listen to podcasts monthly. Research shows 72% of listeners are aged between 18 and 34. And as podcast culture explodes, creators are fighting for attention in an increasingly crowded space. So the question becomes, how are diverse and emerging voices finally finding an audience?
Good things about, say, digital culture is that idea that it's democratized accessibility. You don't have to own a license in order to broadcast.
Is the industry becoming oversaturated? We hear from lecturer in the School of Arts and Humanities, James Hall.
Everybody has access, so the amount of content that is out there just becomes insurmountable and almost probably incomprehensible to a lot of people.
But while the accessibility of podcasts create opportunities, it also raises questions about discoverability.
I think you really see the way that the podcast industry has changed is when you look at those podcasts that are the most popular. And it's a similar thing that's been happening in the novel publishing space as well, where it's increasingly harder for unpublished authors to get published, but it's quite easy for someone that has an existing brand recognition within their name. It's so much easier for people who have established themselves in the mainstream media to then move into the podcast space and kind of dominate the downloads.
For many listeners, podcasts offer connection, entertainment, and community.
Probably play into why I always listen to the same ones or go between the same three narrators, because it's content. The way that they deliver the content is familiar, it's consistent.
But for creators, entering a rapidly expanding industry, visibility may be becoming the biggest challenge of all.
Replicates the old model where marginalised voices fall further and further away from accessibility for people through platforms like Spotify, where you listen to what you're suggested.
I'm Castel, ECU Vanguard News.